Welcome to HD Toy Theater. Today we're looking at the Bandai Ultra Act Ultraman Zero Renewal version. You can kind of call it a 2.0 if you wish. He features an all-new body mold, has a little more muscle. Colors are a little bit different. Comes with extra accessories, he's highly posable. So let's dive right in and see what this 6-inch action figure has to offer. Figure includes extra hands like all other Ultra Act figures, and he has plenty to choose from. To do a hand swap, you want to take off the existing hands. He already has a pair of closed fists on his person. So we'll take off the right here. Expose the ball joint there. We'll pick this one right there. Simply plug into place. There you go. You get a red colored color timer that you can swap onto the chest. Looks awesome. And what you want to do here is just take off the existing piece, the blue one, take that off just like that. Simply plug in the other one. There you go. You get an alternate head without the ice slugger blades on top, and this is pretty cool looking. And there's the peg hole, and I think you can tell what's going to go in there. I'm going to take off the existing head off the top of the neck. I'm going to plug that right into the hole underneath. Make sure it's nice and snug. And there you go. You get two Zero sluggers that Zero can hold in his hands. They're nicely painted and sculpted and very well sized. Here we have a pair of eye sluggers with green effect parts attached to the ends of them. And you have some nice green plastic here, translucent plastic. Careful of the tips, kind of sharp. You get the combined form of the Zero sluggers, this very nice sizable crescent-like blade, very huge in size, very nicely painted and sculpted. Let me just bring in Zero here, get a little comparison. It's more than half the size of his body vertically. It's pretty nicely, it's just a big, nice, sizable weapon for Zero. Here's the Zero twin shot, the eye sluggers combined with the color timer that you can swap onto the body. And unfortunately mine's kind of crooked, the way it's inserted, this little piece into the back of the timer, so it doesn't really fit on quite snugly as I would like, but let me just show you how you would do it. Just take off the color timer here and then swap this in. It fits on mine, but it doesn't go all the way down like it should, but it should look something like that. You get a nice effect part with a hand here, and there's the Zero wide shot, the finishing beam. Some nice translucent orange plastic here. And as you can probably tell, you can just swap out an existing hand off the figure here. And then pretty much pop this into there. There you go. Here is the double flasher effect part, and this is to be used with Ultraman Zero and Ultraman Leo. And it's very sizable, very nicely sculpted. Some really cool colors, green and red. Unfortunately, I don't have the figure on me to demo this off for you guys. You can probably use another Ultraman, but really it's supposed to be used with Leo and Zero, just to make it look right when you put it together. But it's very, very big. Has a lot of weight to it. And because of this part, you get two alternate armor bits, because Ultraman Zero has to put his arms way up vertically. And the way the shoulder pieces are designed, it just won't work with the arms the way you want them, so you have to swap these out. Let me just put this aside. take off the armor. I'll put on the other ones, and you'll notice these bits here are more designed for him to put his arms straight up vertically. So just match the holes there. Right off the bat, you can tell. You can really get his arms a little more vertical. Do the other one here. Back. Do that. So a lot more vertical. You don't have. You can use these armor bits for other kind of poses, but that's really what they're designed and included in the package for. Figure includes a special Tamashii connector. It's blue colored, and you can swap this onto the back of the body. Take your figure, take off this little silver wedge right there. You can expose the insertion point, and then lastly, I'm going to connect the connector like that. So you'll have to get a Tamashii stage sold separately. All you need is this much. You don't need the clamp system anymore. Plug in the peg here to the back like that. So it looks a lot better for display purposes. It'll seem like he's flying a lot more naturally. So let's get him in a kind of upgoing pose. So there we go. Here's a quick comparison shot of the two different Ultraman Zeros that were released in the Ultrarak line. We have the 2010 version on the right and the renewal on the left. You'll notice that the frame, the physique of the two different Ultraman Zeros are a lot different. The renewal has a little more muscle on his frame. He has a little more width on his shoulders. The head sculpts are a lot different. This one seems a little more compressed vertically. This one just seems the way it should be. And a lot more movie accurate. And yeah, you can definitely tell that, you know, this guy on the left has more muscle for sure. The colors are pretty close. This one slightly brighter. I wonder if just maybe the colors just faded on this unnaturally, just being on my shelf. But definitely this one on the renewal has more muscle and it looks a lot better. I kind of prefer the skinny Ultraman, but it kind of works out in this with the new renewal version. So there's a quick comparison shot so you can see which one would be for you. Taking a closer look at the figure now, we'll start with the head sculpt. Awesome from all angles. Looks like it's straight out of the movies. Very well sculpted. I love how the eyes are really nice and bright yellow. Get the nice green there on the forehead. The colors are just really spot on. Really nice silver, blue, and red. Not too dull, not too dark. Just the right color. Color timer looks awesome. And then you got the nice armor going on his chest, on his arms there. Looking great. Spinning, taking a look at the back. This version features a little more muscle to his frame. Not very skinny at all compared to his original release. For articulation, start at the top. Head is ball jointed at the top of the neck. Unfortunately, it doesn't look up as much as I would like. The original version could look way, way up. This one does not, unfortunately. Lower neck is ball jointed. Good range of motion overall. Ball socket style joint for the arms. Can really move it around nicely. And 360 swing. bicep swivel, double jointed elbows right there, ball hinge wrist. Upper body is ball jointed, lower waist is ball jointed. You get the stem pull down system, which will allow you to do the high angle kick, and then there's a little ball joint like articulation with a nice swivel there with the thigh. Double jointed knees, forward back motion on the foot, ball jointed there, and then you can 360 or swivel on both ends of the ball, so you can swivel around the top of the ankle, get the ankle rocker going, and then some two articulation there. So phenomenal articulation for Ultraman Zero. My only complaint, and it's kind of a common complaint with all the Ultra-Act figures, the joints in this area could be tighter. They're kind of loose, and doesn't make doing these kind of poses like this too possible, because sometimes he just does the splits and just falls on his face. So kind of wish Bandai would take care of that area of their articulation point, make it a lot tighter like they do with their Super Sentai and Kamen Rider figures. Final thoughts on Ultraman Zero. Renewal version for the Ultra-Act line is a phenomenal remolding of the figure. If you care to have an Ultraman Zero with a little more muscle and a lot more accurate head sculpt, then this is definitely one you might want to pick up. Price about 45 to 50 bucks. Get yours on Amazon, BigBadToyStore.com, to name a couple of places. He is very well done, like I said, 6-inch scale, nicely sculpted, painted, good articulation system, plenty of accessories to mess around with, so definitely one I recommend to Ultraman Zero fans. Hope you guys enjoyed the review. Hit like, dislike, and or comment. Check out my other videos. Subscribe if you haven't already. Check out hdtoytheater.com, and we'll see you next time.